It's here.
It's October 6th, 2020, which means it is day 6 of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 9. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today's movie for the continuance of Remake Week is the 1990 version of Night of the Living Dead, directed by Tom Savini. But before I go any further and telling you what you need to know, and my initial thought when the final credit rolled upon the screen, is that click subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified for any future videos that we'll be creating right here on this YouTube channel. Click the like button, that helps me a lot, which also helps me by sharing my video and getting my YouTube videos to a wider audience, and as well as leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this film. Do you like the original or do you like the remake better? I will reveal my answer later in the video. And if you disagree with me, go right ahead. But telling you what you need to know is the plot of the movie is essentially the same. I've kind of gave myself one rule for this week, is try not to compare it to the original or the movie that came before it. Because I wanted to just rewatch the movie on the merits of the film alone. So if it was bad just because it was a bad movie, it was because it was bad filmmaking or bad acting or whatever. It's not because of the legacy that it had to live up to from the prior movie. But this one is a little different because I have to kind of mention the original a little bit more than I would want to, because it's essentially the same film, but a little tweaks here and there, which make, I think, when the final credit rolled upon the screen, is that I really liked this one over the original. This is one of the few remakes I think are better than the original. I love Night of the Living Dead. I really, really do. I think that is a fantastic movie. I love that it's black and white. I love that we have a very strong black male character. But there's a few things in the original that just didn't quite settle with me. Mainly that the lead actress played her character very frightened and not very strong at all. And that's why I really liked the remake, because we still get this very strong black male character played by Tony Todd. I think Dwayne Jones in the original and Patricia Tillman in the remake, she plays like of course she's very rocked in the very beginning, but as the movie goes on, she gets very she kind of starts to really own the situation, and that's not what I liked about the original. It's just that the main girl in the movie, who we first meet in the beginning of the movie in the infamous cemetery, seems like "I'm coming to get you, Barbara" kind of stuff. But it's just like, I like the new Barbara much better, and it's a really toss up. I love Tony Todd, but I like Dwayne Jones. I hope I'm remembering his name right. In the original, but I might have to give the edge to Tony Todd because I'm more familiar with his filmography. Let's put it that way. But I'm not trying to take any away from the original lead in the Night of the Living Dead. So, just like I said, it's very, very similar to the original, where it's like these brother and sister going to kind of put some flowers on their mother's grave, who they really have a very estranged relationship just by a few lines of dialogue, and they drive hundreds of miles just to put some flowers on their grave, which is kind of a whole nother list of problems on their end. But in doing so, they end up getting attacked by some zombies in the cemetery, and then the brother is killed, and Barbara is kind of forced into on her feet because of just, horror tropes and stuff, like, oh, we don't have the keys and stuff like that. But she ends up finding this farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere, and then that's where the movie kind of takes place, where the rest of the movie kind kind of hold rest of like this gang of characters kind of hold up in this farmhouse and fight off the living dead while trying to survive the night. So I just want to say that like I said, I really love the original, but the edge has to go to the remake, which is very rare. But because I love the makeup, I love the acting, like I mentioned with Tony Todd, Patricia Tillman as Barbara. I mean, I love the main characters. I mean, they're strong, they're fun, and they really have good screen presence, if that makes sense. They really hold your attention and stuff like that, and just it's nice. There's really not much I can say about this movie because there's it's updated gore and the makeup effects are fantastic because it's Tom Savini and all them, and it's just like, oh wow, and it's like at the beginning of the movie has this like really like kind of a moment because it's kind of like, oh wow, that like it takes you out of a moment because in the original, here's one of the few moments I'm going to have to compare it to the original, is that when the brother kind of falls down and hit his head on the tombstone and ultimately dies. It's very quick and it's still impactful in the original, but in the remake, you see his head just like all the way back when he hits the tombstone. You can clearly tell it's a dummy, but for that brief moment, it's like, oh my god, it kind of like hits you that like it really makes you like, oh man, that has to hurt, but that's what I love about those early horror movies, is that they're all done practical, and especially this one is done practical, and that's what I absolutely love is practical effects. So I really don't have a rating scale for this one because it's to me it's definitely a 4. Helps move the horror genre forward because it shows that it helps show that remakes are viable, and they do means of a way to show that we can update already a good movie, but just other things need to be improved, like a stronger lead actress and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit more gore, because Tom Savini helped George A. Romero do the makeup for Dawn of the Dead, so this movie was in good hands. And so I really like this movie. Hi, Kemper. But that's all I can really say is that if you are a big fan of the original, I recommend seeing this one just because it's a good remake. It really, really is. And out of the remakes I've watched this month, I think this one is probably the best of the bunch I've watched so far. I thought about saving this one for last, but I really wanted to like get in front of the camera and start talking about it because I'm a big fan of this remake. So that is all I have to say. Like I mentioned at the top of the video, please click subscribe, hit the bell to stay notified, like, comment, and share this video. It means the world to me when you do that, and I love seeing the little thumbs up and stuff like that, and it helps me like people are watching. And leave a comment, because like I said, I'm a bigger fan of the remake than I am the original. So, and let me know if my thoughts line up with yours, and if not, that's awesome. That's what I like about horror movies. They're so really, truly diverse and decisive about everything. Decisive. I can't talk. It's been a long day. But that's it. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and thank you.